Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring. This is part 22 of our initial run through the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Last time, the map doesn't like to load when I first get on. Last time we went from the Viaduct Minor Tower to the Rauh Ancient Ruins East. So, I believe we may have started from West Rampart, making pretty decent progress. And we got through a lot of shenanigans. It was like a massive maze. It was very cool. It was also very confusing. But in there we found a hippo boss, one that gets you a Scadutree Fragment. We also got the spider scorpion ashes, along with some equipment. We got the Devonia's Hammer, a strength faith based colossal weapon with a unique skill. We got that off of a Crucible Knight found here in this section. We also got the Crucible Hammer Helm, which strengthens aspect of the Crucible incantations. And they actually had two incantations that we've never seen before. I don't know if we'll be able to use them ourselves, but they were definitely new. We also got the Fine Crucible Feather Talisman, which increases backsteps. I don't know if that means like the distance, or the frames, or the iframes. I don't know, but it improves something. But here, I've been using this marker to denote the fire guys. Furnaces, I think they're called. That friendly fellow over there. And yeah, he certainly has an attack, doesn't he? I pretty sure we can get up to him from there. I don't know if he can still shoot us though. I truly hope not. It doesn't look like it, which is good. But I also don't think that there's going to be much here. It's just some glowy magic owls. I don't know if they do anything special, or if it's just a weird lighting thing. It kind of seems like a weird lighting thing. So, we can move on. And I truly hope that we don't have to fight him. We can summon Mimic here. Alright, we can go that way, it looks like. But I want to look around to see if there's anything else. Oh. Again, I don't feel like fighting those guys because they're massive. And is this a site of grace? It is a site of grace. Good, 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 good. Very nice. And I haven't fought them yet, so I could definitely, totally, absolutely be wrong about this. But they don't look very fun to fight. So, I'm going to fight them eventually, just not yet. Probably near the end of the DLC. this points this way. There was a path that way and a path this way. And huh. I'm pretty sure we've seen that before. Or we've gotten it. Yeah, fire sprite stone. Use that P to release a fire sprite that bounces along the ground. And that was so rude. Like, I'm just trying to exist, and this man is throwing fire at us? Unbelievable. Honestly. Sir? There's absolutely no need to partake in any of that. There's no reason to. Rauh burrow. Okay. There's one of these, and we need stones. I don't know where that would be. Like I said, for the first usually 3 runs, I don't look anything up. I'm thinking maybe this might be a strange idea, but I'm thinking maybe we go the other way, and then we'll make it up there, and the stones will be up there. And then we can knock that down, and then that'll let us get to the other side, or it could act as a shortcut. I don't feel like running past the furnace again, because they do a lot of damage. And they probably have a lot of health. I mean, typically something even like a 5th that size has a lot of health. So, not something I want to deal with. Also, don't know how criticals would even work against them, because they're just so big. I got stuck on that. But it's fine. And oh, he was shooting it. He had like a glintstone staff and was shooting it out of the staff. Could that perhaps be a new sorcery? What's this? Nothing. And you can die. And those seem very easy to avoid. Uh-oh. I heard him moving before I saw him. And that's a new attack. We got something pretty similar to that. I don't know if the game would give us 2 similar things, or if that's just like his version of it and we don't get it, but they're similar. Or it could be 2 different things. Like, the one we got is a reusable item, like a tool, and that could be like an incantation or a sorcery. That could be possible. There's an elevator. I typically like to go through a level. Level as in like vertical section. like a floor. I typically like to go through each floor before going to a different one, because it just helps me keep track of things. Scadutree Fragment. So that's right here on the map. That's good, and ooh. Gazebo. That's nice. Oh, second gazebo. One without enemies. Even nicer. Is there anything here? I'm sorry for breaking your pots. I mean, understandable. I did break your pots. I don't know how to get to them, though. Alright, well, listen. If you're gonna shoot me, that's totally fine. But shooting my horse, that's an entirely different matter that is significantly less okay. I don't know if... Like, I'm kind of worried that he's going to be able to slip a shot through those and just snipe me from a mile away. Also, that piece of magic that he did... Ow. So what happened there was I was out of stamina and tried to roll and expected to roll, but I didn't because I was out of stamina, because that's how stamina works. But it worked out. Should it have worked out? Probably not. But it worked out. Oh, it's a giant golem. I don't know how to get to the giant golem, but I acknowledge the giant golem. But also, the magic attack that he did, where he stabbed the ground, and the horn came up. Revered Spirit Ash, cool. But I actually got, because I'm running through this with 2 characters, this one that I'm recording on, and then the second one where I'm playing online, mostly to help people with the bosses and areas, so that way I can better learn. But I'm not recording that one, because I don't typically like to record online stuff. Oh, that looks like a pest. That's no fun. But I actually got one of their weapons. We can go up or down. And down kind of looks more expansive, but... Oh, there's the thing that I mentioned before. So we can get to this side of it. And also, there's something red there, and... Oh, dog. Alright. This is fine. Alright, so we can probably get up and then drop down, so I'm gonna go up instead. But I actually got their weapon on my other character through helping someone else. Just as a random drop from the enemy. And I believe the skill was... I think it was called like Horn Attack or something like that. And so that like a magic attack that he did where he stabbed the weapon into the ground, and then the like budding horn thing came up under me, that might be the skill of that weapon. But crafting item, you can pause this and read it if you want. It looks cool. Like the image. Oh. Oh yeah, Torrent still isn't full health. Good. And I completely forgot about the elevator earlier. So we should probably go back and look for that. Well, this definitely isn't it. So I'm just gonna... We're just gonna not go this way. I feel like it's the play here. Oh yeah, I didn't go up the elevator because... up or down the elevator, I don't know. But I didn't take the elevator because I wanted to finish this layer. But that layer was very expansive. Oh, I wonder if this leads up to the, like, Scarlet Rot area. It is going up. So I wonder if it goes up to the Scarlet Rot. I saw that enemy there. And, oh, we can drop on to the rooftops. And I see an item there just above Torrent's horns. I don't know where that would put us, though. And I don't know if we can get back. These are the questions you have to ask yourself, or the dilemmas you face when you're going through an area for the first time. Is you'll see somewhere new, you can go, hey, that area looks really cool. But there's also these 3 other ways to go. And I don't know which is the way of progress, which is the way of items. I don't know if I go, like if I take that drop, I don't know how to get back. That kind of looked like Bestial Sling. But a holy damage version of it. Ooh. So, very good. But kind of, I don't regret getting that stance break. But it would have been cool to let him get the attack off. Divine Bird Feathers, that looks like the thing he used. Probably an incantation. Yep, incantation requires 24 faith, takes 3 FP, so this is a very, very light incantation. Spreads arms like wings and releases a flurry of feathers. A technique of the Divine Bird Warriors, the very first of all horned warriors, wielded as an incantation. Spread the arms wide like wings to release a flurry of feathers. This incantation can be cast while in motion. Hold to continue releasing feathers, so that's what the 3 in parentheses means. The Divine Bird Warriors, and indeed this technique, are said to bear resemblance to the Golden Crucible. Okay. But as I was saying before, I don't regret getting that stance break, but I think it would have been cool to not get it, just to see what that attack was going to be. But again, no regrets. Alright, and these are the rocks. Somewhere a spirit spring has been unsealed. Yeah, so we can now jump up that spirit spring that we saw earlier. So I was right about the rocks being up. There's one more way over here that I couldn't find the rocks on, and I said maybe it's up here. And then we get it, and then we drop down onto the spirit spring. Oh, it does lead back to the lake. Right, so those things, when you hit them, they dodge, and then they can like turn around and smack you as they dodge. Also, yes, this is the elevator, so it does lead to the rot area. It just takes a little bit. Good to know. And we can go up or around. But yeah, when they back off like that, they can turn around and do a quick swipe, which is why I don't chase after them. Right. Good. And here, Pest thread spears. Alright, so I'm assuming that's what these ones are using, and it's like a stronger version of Pest threads, which is another light incantation. Alright, this one takes 26 faith and costs 28 FP. Secrete sticky threads that twist them into 2 frontward flying spears. Skill of the Pest known as the Kindred of Rot, now wielded as an incantation. Secrete numerous sticky threads, then twist them into 2 spears launched frontwards, charged to enhance potency. The Pests are abandoned servants, and it is for this reason that they found a mother in the Saint of the Bud. Alright, so this character actually has 42 faith, so I can test those incantations when I find the next site of grace. And it looks like there's a site of grace over there. Although, I'm going to light the site of grace, but I'm actually not going to rest at it, because resting at it would respawn all the enemies, and I want to keep going through that lower section. And here, that's a boss fog, so we can do that. And this looks like a dead end. That looks like a teleporter, because over here, that was a teleporter. It required an imbued sword key. I don't know if I have any. I do, because you can get 3 in the base game, and I didn't use any of them. Or I only used 1. But we can come back to that. So, I am going to test those 2 incantations to show you what they look like. Just not yet, because I didn't want to respawn those enemies or the enemies here. And I do like that you can ride Torrent, so you don't have to deal with the Scarlet Rot. And so you can move through the area faster. And oh, that's a lot. Ooh. Okay, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 above our head there. That's 5. I had to press the get off your horse button. Four times. I don't want to rush things, Because I don't want to get the attention of a bunch of different enemies, since they all have ranged attacks. I was about to say, I can hear them winding an attack up. Yeah, that right there is Pest Threads. And it's a pretty light incantation, but it can be spammed, and it has really good tracking. So it's not super hard-hitting, but it's a serviceable, like, support incantation. Yeah, that attack is the one I was talking about where I said I don't chase after them for a reason. At least not on Torrent, because Torrent can't roll. How dare our horse not be able to roll? Yeah. I follow them on foot because I can roll. I'm assuming that's the person that they worship. Probably not correct, but I've been seeing them around here, so. Greater Potentate's Cookbook 9. Hefty Rot Pot. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, but there's the Spirit Spring jump. And I don't know if we can make that jump and survive. We can probably land on this one. Yeah. Alright, so I'm trying to think of where we have yet to be. We can maybe drop down there. I don't know where that is. But dog. I was about to say, I'm trying to remember where we've seen but haven't gone to yet. And I remember there's one area with the, like, big guys that are weirdly easy. Again, I don't think they should be this easy, because again, they're like double my height. Or the height of our character. But you can stun lock them with normal light attacks. I mean, yeah, I'm two-handing the Great Sword, but even a one-handing, you could stun lock them. Alright, but there's this way with the wind tunnel, or a Spirit Spring jump they're called, onto the other side. And there was there's this way, but that just leads over there, and we can come back to that at any time. And there was an area where we could drop down that I remember. I don't remember where it was, but I think it was up the elevator. Was the elevator here? Yes, the elevator was here. Good, 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 good. Alright, so we can take this up, take the drop down onto those rooftops, because I remember seeing an item there. And then we can go back to the Spirit Spring jump. It was over here, yeah. And then we can go after the boss. Does that sound good to you? I mean, you can't respond in real time, so... I thought it was gonna fall off. But you can't say no, so... Here we go. Now my bones. Four-toed foul foot. Found by hunting birds. You can pause and read that if you want. Alright, but... Is there anything else here would be the question. It kinda doesn't look like it. I don't think... Oh, that goes on for a bit. But yeah, we definitely can't make it down there. So there's... I mean... Maybe, but... It doesn't look like there's anything down there in terms of, like, items. Like, I don't see any items, I don't see any enemies, I don't see any sites of grace. I don't see any, like, crafting items sprinkled about. Which would all be signs that, hey, you can go here. Sorry for breaking your pots. There's a thing there. Which means we can probably go this way and then get back. And there's an elevator there. And I know that I could get on Torrent and ride. But... this could be a trap. Also, these enemies... also very easy. But they have some cool attacks. Like a flamethrower candle. I wonder if that's a weapon that we can get. It'd be very cool. It probably wouldn't be very strong. But I'm not typically too concerned with things being strong. I'm more concerned with what do I like. Ooh, chest. Now, that isn't as true for Elden Ring. Talisman of all Crucibles. Alright, we can look at this. Grants effects of all Crucible talismans. A giant mass of intermingling Crucible attributes. Reduces damage taken from critical hits and headshots and improves the effectiveness of rolling and backstepping, but also increases damage taken at all times. Rumored to have sprouted upon giants and is known as the mother of Crucibles in ancient tower lore. None of those things really interest me that much. I mean, critical hits could be kind of nice, but there are better talismans, and there are talismans that I personally prefer. We are here. Where is here? I don't know. But yeah, Elden Ring is a bit different in that idea of I'm not concerned with what's strong. Mostly because Elden Ring just skyrocketed the difficulty. Even going from Dark Souls 3 to Elden Ring, Oh, it looks like we can get to the golem from here. The golem who was shooting us. So, that's nice. We can go take our revenge for the crime of shooting Torrent. But yeah, in the previous games, especially Dark Souls 1 and Bloodborne, I really don't care what's strong. I care what I like. Right. Here. Pest Thread Spears and Divine Bird Feathers. So, Pest Thread Spears. So instead of shooting a bunch of tiny things, it shoots two bigger, like two big spewy threads. And it'll hone in on enemies. And then for Divine Bird Feathers, and that was me holding it. So if I just tap it, then we get this. And that took 30 FP. So a single tap takes 30 FP. Despite it saying that it takes 3, it takes 30, but it also spews out quite a lot. But then you can hold it, and it'll just keep going. So it's like a spread shot shotgun. Alright, so obviously I haven't tested the damage, but Pest Thread Spears, kinda nice. The range on it, well, there it looked pretty decent. But on a conceptual level, I like Divine Bird Feathers more, but practically, I think Pest Thread Spears will probably be stronger. Although, again, I'm not too concerned with what's strong. I'm more concerned with what I like, which Divine Bird Feathers and aspects of the Crucible Thorns are both pretty fun. At least they look fun. Oh, hi. He's probably able to shoot us. Yep. Hello, good sir. He shot a tree. Sir, I don't know what you're trying to get at by murdering a tree, but I personally disagree. And there's still the, so there's this path, there's the, I keep thinking wind tunnel. Spirit Spring Jump, that's it. We got 2 Smithing Stone 7s. But there's this path, there's the Spirit Spring Jump, and there's the boss. So there's 3 paths we can go. This way, we can stab you in the heart. Well, that was a one-shot. We got a chance drop of a Golem Greatbow. I'm assuming it's a chance drop because it's a chance drop in all the base game ones. And it's a base game weapon. Can we drop down here? We can. It's also very dark, so I'm gonna throw on Saint Trina's torch. That puts us on a heavy low, that's fine. We can take off Rolana's Twin Blades. Alright, there's a summoning pool here. I don't see any Sites of Grace. which they should stick out because it's dark. And sights of grace glow. Enemy? Enemy? A Shadow Realm Rune 7? Enemy? One of these things? Enemy? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see these enemies when they're made of shadow and it's dark out. It's also kind of hard to see the ground. Well, we can still make it, so it's good. What? Oh my god, that thing gave me a heart attack. Because all I heard was the noise. I didn't see it at all. I just heard it breathing and went, that sounds massive. Also, we can drop down there. Okay, so... that looks like the lion boss. Which... the lion boss is interesting. Because... I beat them first try, but it was with help. And... alright, so we're doing ever so slightly more damage than I thought, but less damage than I had hoped. I tried to walk around them, but I couldn't because of the lock-on. Sir, please. You're acting very strangely. I will take it. I didn't think we were gonna stand Spricky that quickly. Basilisks. Really? Basilisks? You're gonna spawn basilisks on me? 2 of them aren't even coming after me. Alright. I thought that his spew thing was gonna do damage, but then it didn't. Oh, tornado attack. Ow, tornado attack. Ow. Alright, sir. Sir, please. Sir, please. Now you have ice? Alright. I do find it a little strange. I didn't know to roll that. But I do find it kind of strange that they have like 3 to 4 elements. Ow. That hit me through a tree. But it's like this one. That was rude. Alright. You can die. Whew. Ah, you're dead. 180,000 runes. Divine Beast Tornado. Alright. So... incantation requires 28 faith. Summons a storm... and 24 FP. Summons a storm that launches a tornado forward. A tempest of the dancing lion wielded as an incantation. A whirlwind-like twist of the body summons a storm, launching a tornado forward. Charging enhances potency. The majority of divine beasts were gored and hung upon Mesmer's spears, then burned in his flame. Those who witnessed the dead likened it to a funeral pyre for the tower itself. Alright, so sorry for not getting my thoughts out during the fight. It is very difficult to talk and focus on a somewhat difficult boss. But I do find it kind of strange that that boss, or the ones like it, have like 3 to 4 different elements. Because that one had Death Blight, it had like a storm thing, it had frost, it had lightning, it had physical. So it had a ton of different damage types and multiple different elements. And it had Death Blight and frost. Meaning it had 2 different status conditions. Oh, this is where we got the this Verdigris Discus from the teleporter with the imbued sword key when we took this teleporter here. Cool, 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 cool. Ancient Rauh Ruins West, I believe it is. But okay. But that boss existing there really threw me off guard. Because they... like, because we saw them before... over here in Bellerat. Which is like the first major legacy dungeon of the DLC. And they were a cutscene boss. So I really wasn't expecting to see another one. But here... Alright. So, I can see that being a decent incantation. Probably not overpowered, but serviceable. Usable. It can get the job done. There's the furnace. They're laying on the ground right now. And they're getting up now. But that's okay, because we can run past them. Although... yeah, so... that was not accurate to where they actually were. But we can now take this. And that goes a lot higher than I thought it would. But that's okay, that means that we get to explore more. Oh, there's a chest here. Oh. Mottled Necklace +2. Vastly raises robustness, immunity, and focus. So that's the all of them. Or it doesn't raise immunity as much. Like, it doesn't raise immunity as much as the immunizing horn one. It doesn't raise robustness as much as the stalwart one. It doesn't raise focus as much as the clarifying horn one. But it raises all of them a little bit. And so, it's good as a supplementary tool on top of the main one. there's an item there. Well, we're definitely not making that. Can we make it from the Spirit Spring jump? Not even close. Nowhere near. Right. We might be able to get on top. Oh, we can go down as well. Alright, we're gonna have to be careful about this one. Yeah, plant. Yeah, that attack. That's something that the Crucible Knight used. I wonder if we'll be able to... Alright, two things. One good, one bad. Good thing is we can use it, which is very nice, because that's something I was very much hoping for. Again, probably not going to be super strong, but strong isn't my main concern. And then the bad thing. What... Just what? It's like... Michael Zaki looked at spiders and went, yeah. Well, what if they were also scorpions? And then went, hey, what if they had wings? Like I said, people complain about dogs. And anyone I heard complain about dogs, I always told them, don't complain about dogs, because FromSoft can and will make worse. Just to get you to stop complaining about dogs. And the people that I talked to thought I was crazy. And then Elden Ring came out, and they had... I hate it. I hate it. But they had the birds. And people complained about the birds. And I said, I told you so. I didn't think they'd go farther, though. I mean, the birds here in the DLC aren't nearly as bad. I mean, the birds in Elden Ring aren't nearly as bad as long as you have a shield and guard counter. Because guard counters are busted. And I hope that they remain so, because I very much rely on them. Hello. And we got a revered Spirit Ash. Still don't have the map fragment. Still don't know where the map fragment is. But it's somewhere, probably. Alright. I'm wondering where we can get to the, because there was a tower. I wonder where the top of that is in relation to where we are now. Alright, it's there. Alright, so we just loop back around. Alright, so we need to get up there. I don't know how we would do that. outside of maybe here. There's an area up there. Maybe we can get up. But I'm going to head here first. We're probably not going to do that this time, because we're at 55 minutes and I want to keep things under an hour, and I also have something to do very soon, so not a whole lot of time. But here, aspects of the Crucible bloom. So we can read this. It requires 27 faith and costs 23 FP. Creates a Miranda flower on chest to summon a rain of light. Aspects of the Crucible discovered in the ancient ruins creates a Miranda flower on one's chest before calling down a rain of light. Charging increases potency. In an age long past, before this land was enshrouded in shadow, the vitality of the Crucible flourished. So just tapping it does this. And then charging it does this. And if you're locked onto an enemy, then it'll do that over the enemy. And we have close to a second level. We can summon here. Dryleaf Dane. Interesting. This looks like a dead end, so I assumed it was just going to be some small boss, but if we can summon, might be a big boss. Who knows, but we can head on in. Romina, Saint of the Bud. Oh, so you're the thing that they worship, the Kindred of Rauh. Let's see how this performs in battle. Not good against people with mobility. Also, I was about to say, Dryleaf Dane really putting in work right now. Oh, she can fly. Alright, yeah, so aspects of the Crucible bloom. Really not good against enemies with mobility, as we can see here. Alright. This boss, horrifying because insect. Oh, she's like half centipede. Half scorpion. I just realized that, and I hate it. Just too late. She's also like part butterfly. I'm assuming that is. Whatever the wings are, because neither of those two halves have wings. And if they do ever grow wings, that will be a major problem with nature. And I would like to have a word with God. Especially if it's centipedes. And alright, she's got a phase 2, she's got a phase 2, she's got a phase 2. Alright, that looked very cool. And the wings are permanent now. Oh, and she's got some after explosions. Cool. So, kinda hoping to not beat this boss first try, actually. So that way I can fight them a second time and actually take it seriously. And so I can fight them solo. Because this seems like a boss that would work better solo. In terms of, like, the fighting experience. Oh. Not a big fan of the roll attack, but that could definitely just because it could be just I'm not used to it yet. Just like with the God Slayer enemies, the big ones. I wasn't a fan of their roll attack until I got used to it. Alright, but 285,000 runes. Remembrance of the Saint of the Bud. We can travel to the Round Table Hold to see what rewards we can get from that. And I don't think we're going to get any armor from it.
Don't see.
Yeah, no armor. But we can get a Dexterity Arcane-based Halberd with Scarlet Rot buildup and pure physical damage, requiring 22 Dex, 20 Arcane, 14 Strength. A weapon of Romina Saint of the Bud, a Scarlet Glaive with a dangling bud-like blade. Attacks cause buildup of rot. Once in the crumbling, burning church, Romina held the bud in speechless silence. The bud would become her blade. And then unique skill, Romina's Purification. Imbues Bud Blade with Scarlet Rot Butterflies before unleashing 2 large sweeping slashes. This was once considered a sacred act of purification. Or Rotten Butterflies. An incantation that requires 33 faith and costs 48 FP. Summons countless butterflies to scatter rot. Incantation used by Romina, Saint of the Bud. Summons a myriad of butterflies while performing a gentle twirl. The butterflies break apart on contact, scattering rot and setting off a chain reaction. The scarlet butterflies are as the goddess of rot's wings. Bereft of a master, they were soothed by Romina, who reached out to them. So both of these sound nice. I'm going to get the rotten butterflies first, to see what they're like, and to test them out. But first impressions on the boss, I'd say that's like a low to mid A tier boss, which to me A tier is very solid. A tier is like S tier is above it, but I would say that A tier is like the gold standard. Alright, and that's tapping the button. I wonder if we can hold it. Kinda doesn't look like it, but that is still very good looking. Alright, but I know there's a teleporter here, but again, I have something to do, so I'm going to end it here, and that'll give me time afterwards to look for this. So, we started out at Rauh Ancient Ruins East, We made it to the Ancient Ruins West. We made it to the Grand Stairway. We made it to the Church of the Bud. We fought a lion boss somewhere around here. We fought Romina here. And we got some really good stuff. We got the Divine Bird Feathers incantation, the Pest Thread Spears incantation, the ability to craft the Heavy Rot Pot. We got Talisman of all Crucibles. We got the Divine Beast Tornado incantation. We got the Mottled Necklace 2. We got the aspects of the Crucible Bloom. We fought a very cool boss. We got a Revered Spirit Ash. And from that very cool boss, like I said, just initial reaction, which I wasn't taking it seriously. Like I said, I feel like they'd fight better on their own, like without help. So I wasn't taking it seriously. I had help, and I feel like that kind of messes with the boss. So they could end up even higher, especially as I learn the boss. But what, again, initial reaction, low to mid tier, or low to mid A tier boss. And we can either get a Scarlet Rot Halberd or a Scarlet Rot incantation as a reward for beating them. So, personally not a fan of Scarlet Rot, mostly because it forces you to stay on Torrent a lot, and mostly because I just don't really like the visual design of it, because I hate insects, and the like reddish pink, these things, it just looks gross to me. But the boss was very cool. The other boss, the lion, I'd say that they're like somewhere in the B tier. I'd say for right now, I would consider them to be low B tier, which is decent, but not great. But I know that that is being lowered by my lack of knowledge on the boss. So as I fight them more and gain more knowledge on them, that'll probably raise them up a bit. Probably not to S tier, but I can see them making it to like high B tier, low A tier. And Romina, very, very good boss. Again, I was kind of hoping to not beat them, so that way I could fight them again and actually take it seriously and fight her alone. But still, good progress. I'm happy with that. And, yeah.